Today we cover the Cape Girardeau UFO. We'll discuss the backstory of this 1940s mystery, looking at what was said to be witnessed and how the story was passed down through generations. We'll also explore an alleged photograph taken at the crash site, talk about the unique description of the grays, and give our takes on what we make of all of this. I'm Mike.
I'm Ian.
And I'm Dave. If you've been wondering what Declan got into last week in the studio all by himself, stick around. Let's just say this UFO isn't the worst wreck we'll be discussing tonight. This is Necronomipod.
We come back from vacation, summer break. We've been busting our ass for all of 2023. We give ourselves one fucking week off. Dave, we show up in your basement. Whiskey bottles are empty. Furniture has poop stains on it. There's fucking Cheez-It wrappers all around the goddamn basement. Our microphones are upturned. Did Declan have a house party, or is he just a feral animal piece of shit?
I'm still trying to determine what went on here. I think there might be a dead kid in the back somewhere we haven't found yet.
Good Lord, we're going to be covering an episode on Declan soon.
Do a deep dive into Declan, 2 parts.
I don't even want to know. That's the most terrifying thing we've ever discussed.
Declan did a deep dive himself this weekend or something. Declan's deep dive. Should do his own show.
This is what we get for leaving him alone when we take a break.
Yeah.
I say next time we just put him down before we go.
Just put him down.
It's probably easier, right? Just like
So what? He's got like a year left to live.
Yeah, like
till we
just-
take our next vacation.
Yeah, right. With Dave, we'll be on vacation like 3 more weeks. We'll just call 1-800 like Kevorkian, right? And they just show up with a van.
Yeah.
What's that van called? The death van or kill van? Whatever we
Something like that.
Whatever we saw.
Whatever Zach called
Yeah,
it.
at his fucking museum. That thing. We'll just have that pull up and we'll just put him down.
Hey, guess what, Decky?
Yeah.
You're going bye-bye.
His gravestone just says Declan. That's it. Like just no other name, just Declan. He lived a
No
life.
dates, no nothing.
He lived a life.
He fucked up everything he touched.
We put like a little small hole on the top of the gravesite, just like piss here. Like you just pee right into it. That'd be all right. I think that'd be good. That's the way to go.
Here lies Declan. Should have never been born. Fucked up everything he touched.
Rest in piss. Motherfucker! Ian, every time you talk, my boner pulsates. What's going on over there? You got that throaty voice tonight.
Pretty sick over here.
You got the old strep?
Yep. Yeah, I caught strep during our summer break.
That is awful.
Not a fun vacation.
It was not a fun vacation. It's been terrible for most of it.
So we quarantined him to the basement at his own house. He's not coming over here and giving us that shit.
That's true.
Nope.
We're going necro old school.
Yeah.
Where Dave and I are together. Ian's away from us right now.
I don't want to give this to you guys.
I'm going to go on record and say that people are going to love this episode because of his voice. They're going to be like, hey, can you bring that back every week? And he's going to be like, fuck you.
Yeah, no, I don't want that every week.
You need to come up with like some voice changer that simulates this. Hey, it's Ian here. I'm not sick anymore, but everyone loved his voice.
So he went with like a smoker's cough voice.
Yeah,
be
maybe I'll
clear-
start smoking cigarettes again.
Before everyone shits on us, Dave and I did offer to narrate this episode. He was not having it. He's a professional. He wants to do it. We're not
Yeah, I
forcing
want
him
to talk about some aliens.
Yeah, he was ready to talk about some aliens. If it was Declan, we'd be like, fuck you, you're going to do it. But Ian's not going to pass up the chance to narrate a UFO show.
No, he's
in
not.
a really cool UFO one, like a deep cut UFO story.
Yeah, this is it's weird. It's taken us 4.5 years to get this one. Was this something you were not aware of, Ian, until like you started like doing deep dives, or like how did this one kind of wait this long to get on our radar?
I don't remember how I came across this to be like, oh yeah, let's do an episode on this. I don't know. It's probably during one of my late night, just like browsing online, looking at some shady websites and stuff.
Like doing a weed and doing a Reddit?
Yeah. But then I found a UFO researcher, Nick Pope. I was watching a video of him talking about this, and he talks about the picture that we're going to talk about later, and how it was like a really popular picture back in the 90s. So I'm like, we should probably do this episode. It's pretty interesting. I think people will like it. It's not very well known.
Based on timing here, it could have been the Roswell. Like it happened first, allegedly. So maybe Roswell wouldn't have been such a big deal if this had been more widely known. How about that?
Food for thought.
Huh? You didn't think about that, did you?
When did Roswell happen? What year was that?
47.
Yeah.
Yeah, 47.
All right. Well, let's jump in.
A report of an alleged 1941 UFO crash at Cape Girardeau, Missouri, was published in 1991 by Leonard Stringfield, who was one of the first UFO investigators and former civilian advisor to the alleged UFO research that was going on at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Dayton, Ohio in the 50s, which that's where all the Roswell wreckage was allegedly sent.
By wreckage, you mean pieces of the weather balloon?
Yeah, for some reason it was so important to put together all kind of pieces of a weather balloon and send it all the way across country to Wright-Patterson.
That's a good point you make there. I read that Leonard Stringfield was the PR advisor for NICAP, your competing organization with MUFON. Do you have any feelings on Leonard?
Leonard's pretty good. He was one of the first guys doing like the more out there kind of stuff. Like he was dabbling in the abduction phenomenon, stuff like that before anybody else was really. The article was published by Stringfield in the July 1991 issue of his status report, which was a monthly journal on UFO studies and what was going on. The article was based on the information Stringfield got from Charlotte Mann, a former resident of Cape Girardeau, who told Stringfield the story of what her grandfather had experienced back in 1941. And what she told Stringfield was what her grandmother told her while her grandmother was on her deathbed. So her grandmother is dying and was like, I got to tell you this before I die. Your grandfather experienced all this we're going to talk about tonight.
So it's like a fourth-hand account, really.
Yeah, it's not great. It's right up there with Roswell, where it's like, fourth, fifth-hand accounts.
Yeah.
During the early evening hours of a night, we don't know what night for sure, but a night in April of 1941, 52-year-old Reverend William Huffman received a phone call telling him that he was needed at the location of a crash. The man calling didn't say what kind of crash, just that it was a fatal crash and they wanted a reverend there. The man ended the call by saying that someone in an unmarked car would come pick up Reverend Huffman soon. Reverend Huffman was popular in the community for all of his work at the Red Star Baptist Church, so it made sense that he would be the guy to call.
So we don't know who called.
No,
We don't know who picked him up.
Right, just like I picture an unnamed military guy, maybe in an unmarked car, that kind of thing.
Black sedan, trench
Sounds
coat.
about right. Yeah.
And before we start shitting on it, that, why would you call a preacher out to an alien crash? Remember, we covered the Aurora, Texas one back in the day. That was one of the first things they said with those aliens that allegedly, that crash. They needed a Christian burial. And they buried those two aliens out there.
That's right, yeah.
Gave them a proper funeral. So that seems to be the thing here, too. It's like,
Get the priest out here. We want these creatures to meet Jesus.
Much in the spirit of Jesus, right? Who was an alien. So
Allegedly.
treat the aliens, because one of them might have been Yahweh.
It might have been.
So the car pulled up. Reverend Huffman got in, which there was only a man driving. There was no one else in the car. And they drove for about 25 minutes to a location somewhere in between Cape Girardeau and Sykeston, Missouri. They stopped off the side of the road near a wooded area, and together the man and Reverend Huffman walked about a half mile into the woods which opened up into a large plot of unused farmland. The first thing that Reverend Huffman saw was firefighters extinguishing small fires all over the field, and then his attention turned to the amount of people at the scene. There were members of law enforcement, the military, and then there were some random civilians who seemed like they probably heard the crash and came to check out what was going on.
So I picture it skidding across the field, breaking up, and various fires along the way. That sort of scene.
Yeah, just and like all kind of smoke going everywhere and shit. Just the whole field got tore up.
Yeah, but no information on who saw the crash first, or how it happened, or who was the first one on scene.
No, this starts with Reverend Huffman.
Yeah.
At the crash site, there was a metallic, round, seamless, gunmetal colored craft, and Reverend Huffman was taken close enough that he could see inside the craft. It was seamless, but the damage done to it broke the craft open. So Reverend Huffman said that there was a panel of lit up buttons and what sounded like we know today as a touch screen. Behind this control board, there were 3 child-sized seats. And as Reverend Huffman kind of peeked his head in, he saw symbols on the walls of the craft, which he compared to Egyptian hieroglyphics. Which that's not the first time we've heard that. Rendlesham Forest, that's what the symbols on the side of that UFO were compared to.
Yeah, I remember us
and
talking
Roswell, too.
Yeah, we've talked about hieroglyphics quite a few times.
Well, I think anything symbol-based like that, that's what's going to come to your mind, right? Hieroglyphics.
Yeah,
like that's what your mind would associate, something like that.
Or just any kind of symbol you don't recognize. Like the alphabet is symbol-based, but we don't, if we saw that, we'd just be like, oh, it's the alphabet. Anything, any kind of language, I
Picture-based, I guess. Yeah. So are humans so dumb, you think they just send kids? They're like, fucking imbeciles on Earth will send the kids to go do it. Go meet them.
It's like we're their training ground for like when they go take over real planets. Yeah, I could see that.
You can handle those dopes.
We're the Bush series of training people or alien youth to go attack. They're like, they don't even get along with each other. They fight each other all the time. You just swoop on in there and just pick a place and kill them.
Kill them.
Probe them, whatever.
Student driver, they fucking crashed though, huh?
Yeah, that was a fuck up.
Oops.
Maybe he was drinking.
Maybe so.
This story gets into that same theory with Roswell, where there were some new radars being tested at the time in these airfields, and the theory is that something in those new radars brought down UFOs, like it would fuck up their system and cause them to crash. Like we didn't know that it was just like a happy accident kind of thing that we were able to take some of them down.
I've never heard that before. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's one of the theories with Roswell, and because there's some other crashes in the 40s right around this time where, maybe our radar accidentally interfered with their systems and took them down.
Because you wouldn't expect an advanced race that can fly all the way here like that to crash for no reason.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
So as Reverend Huffman was looking inside the craft, the man that drove him to the scene directed him to an area of open field about 25 yards away from the craft. Lying on the ground were 2 child-sized, clearly dead bodies. They were laying like they had been ejected from the craft, and a little further away there was a third body. The beings were the classic grays. Reverend Huffman said that they were 3 to 4 feet tall, large hairless heads, large black almond-shaped eyes, small slits for a nose and a mouth, and they were wearing tight silver jumpsuits.
It's hot.
I'm not sure if we ever talked about this before, but there are a lot of abduction accounts where people say that the first sight of the grays, people get this overwhelming sense of dread. And this is how Reverend Huffman felt. There's very much
about that. Yeah.
There's two sides to the alien abduction phenomenon. Some people say it's like this enlightening experience, and they're told all this shit about, saving the planet and how to treat the environment. Then there's a whole other side where people are just like, it is terrible, and there's nothing good about it. There's nothing good about the grays or anything, it's just not good at all.
Is there good aliens and bad alien encounters? Maybe Maybe the good aliens came
maybe.
to save the world, and the bad aliens came to eat us.
I think there's something to that, though. If there's all these other life forms out there's got to be some that want to just take over your planet, and maybe some that are just exploratory.
You would think,
I
right?
don't think that
makes sense.
far-fetched.
There's good and bad in all of us.
I also think it's, it's debatable. Like, if you ask Barney Hill, they're probably not very good.
No.
None of them.
He's like, good people don't probe you up your asshole when that's not what you're looking for that
don't
night.
Explore the inside of your bunghole unwillingly.
Yeah, like Betty got some information out of them, but still, like, they were doing tests on her and shit. Like, she wasn't having a good time at all.
Yeah.
She was super scared in all of her regressions, which I'm on that side anymore. The more I read into stuff and, like, all this new Congress stuff that's coming out, I'm more on the side of, like, the realist UFO people that are like, no, there's nothing good that's going to come of this at all, really.
Interesting.
Like we've all been waiting all these years for contact and to know that something else is out there, and it's probably not going to end well.
No, I think they do for real view us as animals, and the abduction phenomena is just tagging us or doing whatever.
Do you think just seeing UFOs at this point, like it's just them like doing like a tour of like a zoo? And they're like, oh, look at these things down here.
Could be.
Like, yeah, get in that UFO, fly around, look at those weirdos down there. Oh, look, they're out tonight. This is fun.
Nothing would surprise me.
I wouldn't blame them if that's what they were doing.
Just taking a look at some random war that we're in. Like, look at these fucking assholes down
Right.
Their planet might be awful, but then they come here and they're like, but things could be worse. Things could be worse. You could be on planet Earth.
You could be a human. Imagine that now. It's like Scared Straight program. You could be a human.
Right.
Dumb fucking alien kid. Better change your ways or turn you into a human.
They watch our movies like Independence Day and Men in Black, and they're like, oh, that's cute. That's cute. They think they can do something about us. Aw. Look at them.
The man who drove Reverend Huffman to the scene directed him toward the third body, and when he got up to it, he realized that the being was still alive. It was severely injured and gasping for breath. Reverend Huffman went into pilot mode and did the first thing he thought of, so he knelt down and prayed with this being as it died.
Nobody said, hey, maybe we'll call a doctor instead of a priest.
No, like I feel like it's, if
Hey,
this
pal,
one
you
is
watch your
true,
mouth.
it's like the same mindset as the Aurora, Texas one. Like, well, get him a Christian burial.
They could have valuable, research capabilities and stuff. You try to save them. Not give them fucking last rites. Clowns, call a doctor.
They need to be
Goddamn.
saved, pal. Stop it. How else are those aliens supposed to get to heaven?
Well, aliens don't go to heaven, let me tell you.
If they're saved? Do they
No,
not?
no.
Wait a minute.
I reject that.
Jesus was an alien. He went. We better read the Bible and look this up. I'm looking at the index for aliens.
So after this being died, Reverend Huffman stood up and started walking back to the other bodies, and that's when he saw a local reporter, Garland Fronenberger, taking pictures for the military. A U.S. Army flatbed vehicle pulled up, and two men got out of that vehicle and helped Fronenberger take the pictures. They grabbed the beings under their arms and held them up for the pictures.
So there's going to be photographs out there now.
You would
That's
think.
the implication, right?
Look at this photograph.
Mike, you're a bit of a name snob. Garland Fronenberger. You like that name? Yes or no? Thumbs up, thumbs down.
I kind of do.
That's
I like
cool,
Garland.
right?
I like Garland. for
Garland's
sure.
great.
Yeah.
They just don't have cool names anymore.
Fronenberger, that's okay. It's a bit with Garland,
long-winded.
it's a bit wordy, but I like Garland, and Fronenberger's okay. I think maybe different though. Like Garland Johnson, that's a good name.
Garland Jones.
Joe Fronenberger, that's a good name.
Yeah. I understand that.
Yeah. But both, I enjoy both, maybe just not together.
Too much multi-syllabic action going on
I think so.
in one name.
I think so. Speaking
Understandable.
of too much, this has been a lot of talking. I have to urinate. I'll be right back.
Not too long after the pictures of the beings were taken, two vehicles pulled up. Another one labeled U.S. Army, and the second vehicle had members of the Missouri Institute of Aeronautics in it. Even though the MIA is a civilian organization, it still made sense that they would be there. They did a lot of work with the Air Force at Sykeston Airfield. These guys shut the whole scene down. They started doing the classic threatening everyone to not talk about what they had seen that night, and they sent everyone home. Everyone seemingly listened except for a firefighter named Walter Reynolds. Walter was pissed at how they were being talked to by the military, so he grabbed a small piece of the wreckage and put it in his pocket. He was seen doing this, so that was taken off of him and he was escorted off the scene.
Gotta be smarter than that, buddy.
Not sure he agrees with the assessment. I'd take anything. So was this MIA organization like, what are they considered then? Like private military contractors working under the Army's authority to be able to tell people what to do?
Yeah, I think it was more of the Army telling people what to do.
Yeah. All right. They're just on site helping.
Yeah, they were just there with them. I picture it as kind of like them standing behind the Army while the Army is telling everybody to get the fuck out of there.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
As this arguing was going on and the military was telling people to leave, Reverend Huffman got into the vehicle with the man he came with and started to head home. Reverend Huffman was dropped off around 11 p.m. and he told his wife and kids what he had just been a part of, but he told them that they couldn't repeat it to a single person.
I'm not sure that's a good idea. I want to know who this fucking guy is driving him around. I'm intrigued. It's just Joe from down the street.
Just some random guy.
Some guy.
It's the military's Declan. Like, here, wear a suit. Don't say anything. Look intimidating, motherfucker. Shut up. Don't drink all Dave's whiskey and leave wrappers all around the basement.
Rappers.
Stupid motherfucker. God, I can't wait for him to die.
How old is Declan? You might have a long time for wait that out.
You ask him, he gives you 3 different birth certificates and a passport. One of them he's 19, one of them he's 74. I don't fucking know. Can't get a read on this guy. He's a dipshit. Leave it at that. And a virgin to boot.
You didn't find any condom wrappers laying around?
No, I did not. But, I mean, unless he's jerking off into condoms, what the fuck is he going to do with condoms? He ain't getting anybody. Nobody. Who could love Declan? Fucking Christ.
Poor guy.
Really, though, poor guy? I mean, come on. I hate him. Asked him to have our notes in the office of the studio cleaned when we came back.
Yeah.
Was it done?
No.
No. Using my own fucking paper and ink to print stuff. Were my beer cans cleaned up? No. My Boone's Farm bottles cleaned up? No.
What'd you say earlier? There was poop stains on stuff?
Yeah. Like, it's almost like, well, like, you know how like a dog like rubs its butt on the carpet? Like, that's what he was doing on the couch, it looked like.
Goddamn.
Poop. Like, I don't think he knows how to use toilet paper.
Hopefully that's cleaned up when I'm back in there in a couple of days.
It's in Dave's. It's Dave's basement. It's not. You don't worry about it, pal. We don't live here. Shut up, Declan. Yeah, no. The studio has no poop stains. It's just on Dave's couches out in his.
That's terrific.
His basement. Who knows what he did to our liquor bottles, though? He probably put up his anus. Probably. I mean, that's what I would do if I were him. Like, I'll show you guys.
Oh, that's your fault, the way you treat him.
Does he not deserve it, though? He's kind of the worst person you've ever met.
Oh, I'm not going to go along.
Like, it's like, it's...
He's a nice man.
Like, 3rd is Hitler, 2 is Osama bin Laden, number 1, Declan. Like, that's about how I rank them. Right. And notice how I went 3, 2, 1, motherfuckers. I built to the climax.
Just like Declan.
Yeah, putting that whiskey bottle up his butthole and splooging all over your basement, probably. I don't know. I don't know what he does. I don't know.
So the whole town kind of shut up about this. They listened. At least that's how the story goes.
Everyone must have been aware, right? You can't hide that from a town.
Now, there was a lot of rumors going around that all the wreckage was sent to Sykeston Air Force Base, and that's where, or Sykeston Airfield, and that's where it went. Then about a month after the night of the crash, the photographer, Garland Fronenbarger, showed up on Reverend Huffman's doorstep. Garland had kept one of the photographs that he took that night, like the one where the soldier was holding up one of the beings under their arms. Garland asked the Reverend to take the picture. It seemed like Garland just wanted this off of his hands.
Do you think he said, look at this photograph? I digress.
Reverend Huffman took the picture from Garland, and then the picture was given to the Reverend's son, 24-year-old Guy Huffman. How the story goes is Guy didn't care if he got in trouble for having the picture. He just said, I'll keep it. I don't understand why Garland, this is my first issue with the story. If I was Garland and I had this picture and it was like scaring me, I don't know if my first idea would be like just show up on someone's doorstep and be like, hey, will you please take this off my hands? I just fucking burn it or throw it away.
Did he know the Reverend from town? Did he meet him there that night? I wonder.
Presumably he just knew him from living in town.
Maybe the Reverend was the trusted guy. Like, I can't get rid of this, so I'll give it to the Reverend. Like he'll keep it safe.
I'd like to know how Garland got his hands on this photograph. Did he
was taking them that night.
He was taking them, but you'd assume that the Army would not let that camera negatives film out of their sight.
My thought was that he was maybe just trusted and like just hand them over, and then
I guess that seems.
And he maybe just kind of kept one. You would think, if they're telling everyone to shut up, they should do their due diligence, and like somebody's watching you in that. It's I picture it the red room where they're hanging the photographs up on the string. Like someone's going to be in there with you, right? Like
they develop them and then they shoot Garland in the back of the head, so you can't ever tell anybody.
Typical day-to-day operation. Like, what's the problem here?
Well, it's kind of like Roswell, where in Roswell, everybody, allegedly everybody was being told to shut up and they were threatened and stuff. And nobody shut up. Everybody was talking. Like, nobody listened. So it's kind of the same thing here a little bit.
Like, literally, if you want Americans to shut up about something, tell them to spread the word, and then they will shut up. If you tell them not to talk, we're going to fucking run our mouths until we can't anymore.
That's right.
Like, just tell us to spread the word, and everyone's going to go home and be like, I'm not going to do that.
You can literally watch people having a seizure by not, inside, not being able to tell someone what they know, melting down from the inside.
So Guy Huffman has this picture back in 1941. Fast forward to 1953. Guy Huffman became friends with a man named Walter Fisk. Walter started in the Navy, then moved to the Army, and then into intelligence work. So on a night in 1953, Walter Fisk was at Guy's house hanging out, and Guy goes, hey, you want to see a picture of an alien I have? Guy got out the picture and showed it to Walter. Walter told Guy that through his intelligence work, he could have the picture analyzed to prove its authenticity. And this was because Guy made a statement that he didn't know whether or not it was real, but it had his father super shaken up. Guy agreed to give Walter the picture, and sure enough, Guy never saw the picture again and never heard from Walter again.
Is Walter Fisk a known person in UFO lore or UFO phenomenon?
Well, that's the weird thing about
Walter.
That's the weird thing about this story is these are real people. It's just like a lot of them are dead, so we can't talk to them really. You know what I mean?
So it all
came. A lot of survivors from
the
this
fact, so you can't go back.
But was Walter involved in other UFO stuff?
No, I mean, I don't know him from anything else.
All right. That's what I was thinking. Is this a planted friendship where he rolled into town and, oh, hey, Guy, want to be my friend?
Supposedly, how I read this in a couple different sources was that Guy Huffman treated this picture like it was his party trick or something, where he'd be having people over be like, hey, you want to see this picture of an alien I have?
I would too. This picture's awesome.
It's a very weird
and then this time
photo.
he showed it to a guy that was like, oh, wait a second, I'll take that off your hands.
I'm assuming we're going to post this photo on the socials, right?
Oh,
We'll
yeah.
Post that.
Well, and we're not 100% sure that this photo is the actual photo.
Well, we'll get to that in just a minute.
Some discrepancy
too.
there. So yeah, I'm just talking about this photo.
Yeah. The alleged real photo, he treated it like it was a party like a party trick kind of thing, like to break the ice with people.
Wouldn't you?
I mean, if I had an actual photo like that, I'd fucking bust that out all the time.
It'd be up on my wall.
Yeah, like, hey, look at this shit. Nice to meet you.
A fucking
Have you
alien
seen
on my
this?
wall. Seen that?
Hey, you want to go fuck? Obviously, the women will say yes because they're impressed by the UFO photo.
So, Betty, if I were to tell you that I had a picture of a real life alien, would that make your pussy wet by any chance? It would. Let me go get that picture. Why, yes, Guy, it would make my pussy wet to see a picture of such substance.
So when Leonard Stringfield got all this information from Charlotte Mann, he wanted to know more about this picture, obviously. So he sent her a photo to look at it and see if it jogged her memory. I sent you guys the picture. We'll post it on social media. It's two guys where, they have like the trench coats on and the wide brimmed hats. And they're holding what looks like could be an alien, some little being, child-sized being, up by its wrists or by its hands.
It looks like a shrunken C-3PO. It looks like C-3PO, shrunken.
But the face is like a weird human kind of face. It's really
with
hard
abs.
to see.
With abs. It's got abs.
It's got great abs.
Yeah.
Well,
it's a really weird, and it's like naked wearing boots. Like there's boots on.
I love this picture.
Well, Leonard Stringfield already knew that picture was a fake. That picture, the one that we were just talking about and we'll post online, it had circulated around the internet in the early 90s. Like it was like one of those first rumored alien pictures of the internet. Well, it turns out that this picture, like I said, was a hoax. People say that it was actually a monkey that these guys were holding up to, make it look like an alien.
Doesn't look like a monkey to me.
No, it doesn't. I don't know what the fuck it is.
Real at all.
I have no idea. It's so great though. I wish I could find like a clear copy to zoom in on, but and it's just all pixelated.
Of course, Dave, because that would be convenient.
Yeah.
So Leonard Stringfield kind of testing her to see if she saw this picture, and Charlotte responded to Leonard Stringfield. She said, quote,
"The photo you sent is nothing like what I saw. Your pictures show men in overcoats, while in my picture, the men had no coats. It was warm weather when the crash occurred, and the two men were dressed in slacks, one with a white dress shirt with sleeves rolled up. The other had on a short-waisted jacket with a dress shirt. Your picture shows two women. Mine, none. The alien in yours looks like a tiny doll, much smaller and shorter than mine. The alien in my picture was about 4 feet tall when being held between the two men, about up to their waists. They were holding him under the armpits with their arms outstretched across in front of them. Mine had no clothing or boots, as your picture shows. The arms of mine were much longer than yours and its head larger. The only thing similar was the wide brim hats the two men wore."
So I guess I have questions around the timing of all. So if she didn't find out about this story until her grandmother told her on her deathbed, how did she possibly see this photo that her father had given away to Walter Fisk? Where do those two things intersect?
Well, but maybe she had seen it because her dad was so fond of showing it to people?
But then wouldn't she have known the story prior to her grandmother's death? Or maybe that was right in the 40s, before he gave the picture away. I'm just trying to get the timeline down.
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah.
And with stories like this, it's hard to get all that. So yeah, maybe when she first heard about this was in the late 40s.
Her dad, like I said, he treated this thing like it was a party trick. So I think the assumption is that she had seen this picture before, throughout her childhood. She just never knew
what it was,
what the whole story was behind it.
Okay, all right. That's plausible. Sure. Do we think that real picture is sitting in a Pentagon vault file drawer somewhere?
I think if the story is real, then absolutely it is.
With the other ones that he took that night?
Look, I think there are a lot of photos of a lot of things sitting in Pentagon vaults that this planet probably is not ready to see. This country is not ready to see. I don't know all what they are, but I think there is a lot of things sitting in Pentagon vaults
I think that's a fair assumption.
that we probably are unaware of, including UFOs, extraterrestrials, maybe grays, things like that. Because if they can't explain it, if they can't understand it, they're not going to release it, is my thought. Like, I think, what was it? What did we cover recently? Was it the Michigan UFOs? Where they were like, they're using like physics that we don't understand.
Yeah.
And so you're not like, when you're that far ahead of us, even if that's true, you're not going to talk about it.
You can't because you'll terrify people.
Right.
You'll
It'd be
cause mass
widespread panic.
That's right.
Well, that's like
I think it was Patreon. So patreon.com/Necronomipod.
It was, yeah.
Apologies for all the Patreon issues.
when we did that episode on the UFO, the Congress hearing not that long ago. David Fravor, the guy that the Navy commander that was part of the Tic Tac video, he kept telling members of Congress over and over again, this is more of a material science issue because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't jive with what we know as science. Like, it doesn't make sense to our physics. It's physically impossible what we're watching.
How do you wrap your head around that? Like, and then how do you explain that? Because then as soon as you explain that to people and say that, now there's gonna be all these questions. You don't have answers for that. That makes the idea of that makes total sense to me.
Yeah.
That it's just something way above our comprehension.
I think it's something that's all around us constantly and we just don't see. I've seen recently some pictures showing up online where people are doing photography work where they're taking like burst pictures, tons of frames per second, and one frame will have a UFO in it. Like there was one from Utah I saw where this person was taking like landscape pictures and just randomly right there for a split second, a daytime UFO.
Wow.
Silver and shiny, and then the next frame it's gone.
Like maybe their cloaking device is just flickered for a second.
Or it's too fast.
Or
I don't
it's
know.
just too quick. Like maybe it's just there for that second. Yeah. Any of that though. Like it's hard to wrap your head around something that you can't understand. Mm-hmm. Because you don't you don't have the science of it. You don't know it. Like you can't just be like, oh yeah, well, they can be in the shot and the balance shot. Right. Oh, okay. Necronomipod is sponsored by BetterHelp. Remember when you graduated from high school or lost your job or just got out of a long-term relationship? Did you feel like your life was at an impasse? What did you do to assure yourself you were on the right path? Sometimes we're faced with crossroads in life, and we don't know which path to take next. Maybe you're thinking about a career change or feeling like your relationship needs a little TLC. Whatever it might be, therapy can help. Therapy can be beneficial in helping us learn about ourselves, which in turn gives us the tools to help guide us through our decision-making and helps you choose your destination when you come to that crossroad. Therapy empowers you to be the best version of yourself, and with that extra confidence, nothing can hold you back. So, if you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online and designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. All you have to do is fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists anytime at no additional charge. Let therapy be your map with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/necro today and get 10% off your first month. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/necro.
So that brings us to Linda Wallace. Linda grew up in Sikeston, Missouri, and her father worked for the Missouri Institute of Aeronautics. According to Linda, she had heard rumors about a crashed UFO for most of her childhood. Then into adulthood, she wondered if her father might have been involved. In the early 2000s, Linda said she started doing some more digging and found that the record keeping in 1941 for the police and the fire department in Sikeston were pretty scarce compared to other years. So she thought that there might be a cover-up going on.
Somebody over-purged the archives?
Yeah, a little bit. It was like, oh, wait, this really seemed like nothing was going on in 1941.
Right, yeah.
She dug further and found a man that she refers to as Jim. Jim was a pilot for the MIA, And when she found him, he was living in a Sykeston nursing home. According to Linda, when she met with Jim, he told her that he was part of the team that took the alien bodies from the crash site. She couldn't get much more information from Jim other than that, and he passed away a couple weeks later. It sounds like this unknown man named Jim, the alias Jim, could have been a senile old man at a nursing home, because that's kind of what it sounded like. So I don't know,
Did he pass away of natural causes, or was he silenced in the name of national security?
I think he just died.
Yeah.
He just died.
He's like a pig farmer or something who never. It's like, yeah, I was in the MIA. Carried all them aliens out of there. Sure, I did. Did Linda write a book or what? Like, what's her deal?
Yeah, she's the only one that's done like extensive research into this, but
Okay.
it's even harder than Roswell. Like we were saying earlier, it's like a fifth hand account, and it's more obscure than Roswell. So finding witnesses or anything, and then as these cases get older and older, there's not that many survivors left around to talk about them. Like even the second, third hand people are passing away at this point.
Not much time left on this one.
The only other evidence in this case comes from Majestic 12. We covered Majestic 12 in a past episode, and it's a whole saga. So definitely, if you didn't listen to that one yet, go back and listen to it. But a quick breakdown. Majestic 12, also known as MJ-12 for short, is the claimed code name for an alleged secret committee of scientists, military leaders, and government officials formed in 1947 by an executive order by U.S. President Harry S. Truman for the recovery and investigation of downed UFOs.
Mike, what does the S stand for?
S.
Nice.
MJ-12 became known to the public in the 80s, specifically with the key researchers that brought Roswell to the public's attention, Bill Moore and Stanton Friedman. Even though Stanton died fully believing that the MJ-12 documents were real, and there are still a lot of people in the UFO field that think they're real, we ended that episode believing that it was all due to disinformation spread by Agent Richard Doty. He was behind all of this. It's a huge saga. Go listen to the episode, but I think Majestic 12 is something that a lot of people got played by Richard Doty for.
Yeah, that sounded like it. I remember that guy. Mm-hmm. You know what else? MJ-12 was Michael Jackson's D12. Maximum age, 12 years old.
Dave hasn't square one, so he doesn't get it.
I'm sorry, 13-year-olds aren't allowed to sleep over. MJ-12 rules.
Within the MJ-12 documents, there are two mentions of a 1941 incident that people believe is the Cape Girardeau crash. The first excerpt from the documents is, quote,
all right, I'm going to read these as they're written, so bear with me. Based on all available evidence collected from recovered exhibits currently under study by AMC, AFSWP, NEPA, AEC, ONR, NAGA, GEDB, RAND, USAAF, SAG, and MIT, are deemed extraterrestrial in nature. This conclusion was reached as a result of comparisons of artifacts, redacted, discovery in 1941. The technology is outside the scope of U.S. science, even that of German rocket and aircraft development.
Look, and when
say it's out of U.S. science, but then they also add in it's even out of the German science.
Fucking Nazis can't even do that.
They can't even figure this one out. So we don't know what the fuck's going on.
As somebody really into UFOs back in the 80s, if this document showed up on your doorstep, which that's how the story goes, is that Bill Moore got this, this roll of film that contained all these documents. And to a lot of people still believe that these documents are real. So if this drops on your doorstep back in the 80s, fuck, this is crazy.
Well, unless something else big happened in 1941, I'm sure that's what this is pointing to.
That's the only thing that would make sense. There's a second message within the documents. It says, quote,
Even the recovery case of 1941 did not create a unified intelligence effort to exploit possible technological gain, with the exception of the Manhattan Project. We now have an opportunity to extend or technologically beyond the threshold that we have achieved, redacted.
What's that redacted? What'd we achieve?
What did we achieve?
What did we achieve?
Total domination.
The emphasis on any word in that sentence, and you still don't have an answer. What did we achieve? What did we achieve? What did we achieve? What did we achieve?
Yeah.
We got Wi-Fi and stuff. That's what Philip Corso says.
I remember us talking about that.
Yeah, the wreckage from Roswell, stuff like this. We just reversed engineered it and got stuff like touchscreens and Wi-Fi. And
Fuck yeah, good for us then. That's awesome.
Wi-Fi's pretty fucking sweet. Not
That's
gonna lie.
great, right?
Bluetooth is real cool too.
Bluetooth, touchscreen.
Yeah.
Life's pretty good.
Not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah, so that's the case. That's the crash at Cape Girardeau. Super deep cut story. It's interesting.
Yeah. We might never have heard about it. And if a couple of people had done a little more leaking back in 1941, like I said earlier, it could have been it would have been the original Roswell. Maybe everything would have taken a different turn of events over the years.
You think so? That would have changed everything?
I don't know. If there was a legitimate picture, maybe it would have blew everything wide open.
This just didn't leak as quickly, right? Like that was the thing.
Which is hard to believe if that many people were aware of it, right?
Yeah.
How do you keep a secret like that?
But it's hard to say if you're the military, the government, like it's their job. They're keeping secrets, right?
Yeah.
The MIA group, I guess, is a little touch and go with what that is.
I guess you don't want to be the only one. We've seen where people, their lives get ruined. Claim to have seen a UFO. You don't want to be the
that
one person
that
standing
one fucking
alone.
guy tried to take some debris and he got shut down.
Yeah, yeah.
He tried to be a hero. I can be your hero, baby.
There's just a lot of callbacks to Roswell in this story. You know, like the taking the debris. Jesse Marcel took the debris that night and showed it to his kids and his wife. He woke them up out of bed and showed it to them. Reverend Huffman went home and woke up his family and told them about it.
How could you not?
Yeah. Jesse Marcel was wild, though. He was out there trying to burn it and shit. Like, he was fucking around with it, and then he just threw it in the desert. But I don't know. It's a cool story, but
I was going to say, Ian, what are your thoughts? What do you think?
I don't think it's real. I think it's just a story that was made up.
That just kind of got passed on.
Yeah, for whatever reason. It's one of
Not a
those
lot
stories.
of evidence. Well, there's no evidence.
No.
There's no actual evidence, of course. But we hardly have any actual evidence.
The smoke
Rarely,
is the Majestic 12 quotes, you know, from within those documents, but that's not real. Majestic 12 isn't real. Yeah. So, which speaking of that, I started going back down the Richard Doty rabbit hole because this whole time I've been sick. I've been doing nothing but eating edibles and reading about UFOs. So
we know we've gotten your texts.
Yeah. So maybe we'll have to do a big Richard Doty one soon. That whole saga, what he did to Paul Benowitz, how he drove that guy crazy. Mm-hmm. It's a crazy story.
It really
we'll have to do that one soon.
I'm down for that. It'll be a nice break between all the killings we discuss.
Yeah, for sure.
So was anyone ever able to trace a source on this hoax photo? I'm a big fan of this photo.
I don't know. And I'm kind of just taking like UFO guys like Nick Pope and some of those dudes that have been around forever and MUFON and different groups. Like the dudes you always see on Ancient Aliens and stuff, like the guys that are always the commentators, whatever. I'm just taking their word for it that it's faked and it was a monkey. So I didn't see any definitive proof.
No. It did not look like a monkey
it's
at
not
all.
A monkey.
It's not an alien. I don't know what the fuck that thing is.
It looks like C-3PO minimized, and it was just like photoshopped into a picture. That's what it looked like to
See,
me.
I don't see the C-3PO that you're talking about.
You didn't, it just looked like a copper
Like just the body,
robot
maybe. But then the head is like a
it's hard
phony,
to see.
shrunken human,
it's hard
smiling
to see.
guy or something. It's hard to.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Yeah, the head is not quite consistent with. Nothing we've said has been accurate, but also it's not the real photo. So who the fuck knows?
It's kind of muscular looking.
It's jacked. I wish I looked like that.
So one thing, Kanye West, for one of his last EPs before he went all anti-Semitic and ridiculous, he used a picture of a skinned monkey on his album cover. Not great. People didn't love it, but it looked.
Nice.
Yeah, it's terrible. That I could see that if that was a monkey in that picture, if it was skinned, it does look similar. The body, at least.
Well, now that sounds like animal cruelty. I
Yeah.
don't like this one.
Well,
Unless the animal is Declan, I don't want to see this happen.
well, in our stories,
Still,
we're
it's
not-
got fucking boots on.
well, they may
boots.
just throwing boots on it.
No, I reject that. That's not a monkey. No way.
People aren't above animal cruelty in these stories. Remember the
I
Jersey
don't
Devil?
I
Just
don't disagree.
tape some
with
wings on
that.
a kangaroo.
Yeah, right.
That's right.
It's a hard picture to find too. It took me a minute to find it.
Well, we will give it to all of our listeners. We'll post it on the socials. They'll have it right there.
I think it's cool.
So I guess, Ian, is it safe to say the best thing to come out of your sickness is that you discovered chai lattes?
Yeah, dude, they're super good.
They're delicious,
Yeah.
are they not? My
I never
favorite
had one
thing.
before.
They're so good.
Yeah, I DoorDashed one as soon as you told me about it. I'm like, all right, I'll try it out.
It's good. It's kind of soothing. It's nice and warm. It's not like
Yeah.
coffee that like tears up your throat. It's good. It's a delicious drink. If I ever go
Starbucks
to
was a little sweet.
They tend to get a little sweet at Starbucks, but
Yeah, I got a second one, and I told him dial it back on the sweetener a bit. Like, give me 2 pumps instead of 5.
yeah. That's usually like if I'm not getting a black coffee, the old chai latte is my go-to drink.
That's the opposite of what Mike's girls say to him. Give me 5 pumps instead of 2.
And usually I'm like, I'll give you 3, and then
We'll meet you in the middle.
yeah, I'm gonna explode.
Psych,
So
I'm done.
you just tell me where you want it, Toots. Anyway. All right. Anything else? We good? It's a fun story.
It is real fun.
Nice ease in back from summer vacation.
Yeah, some good alien stuff. Like I said, I've been like on the alien subject hard the past couple of weeks.
Big UFO kick you're on.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
We have a lot of alien fans out there, UFO listeners. Sometimes they get tired of all the killing. They want that UFO talk.
I don't know, man. Some of that stuff I was looking into the past couple of nights with UFO things. I was kind of getting a little scared of it. Like maybe I should be careful what you wish for, kind of thing. Like wishing that they're real. I'm like, I don't know if I want that anymore. Doesn't seem great.
Well, that's a change of pace, huh?
It's like Dave saying he wants the black-eyed children to show up to his house. And they show up and he's like, yeah, I don't think I want this.
Oh, no, I want that.
Fucking terrifying.
Oh, no, I stand by that.
He says it.
Well, there's been a big debate online about some videos that came out in 2014, but then they were deleted. I don't understand how they resurfaced now again. It's really weird.
That's what sent you down the rabbit hole.
Yeah,
You
as these
posted about
videos
this a
popped
lot,
up.
and-
Yeah, for the Malaysian Flight 370. Allegedly, the video shows it being like swarmed by 3 UFOs, and it just like pops through a wormhole and it's gone. So, but that's been the big thing, trying to either prove that it's real, prove that it's not real, whatever. But the more people can't debunk it, the more like just like hint like inches toward being a real video. It's like kind of creepy to think about. Like maybe I don't want aliens to be real if they can just fucking vaporize a whole airplane of people.
Look, flying is terrifying enough. Now I got to worry about fucking UFOs vaporizing me while I'm in the air. Like, let alone a flying metal object is just going to take off the ground and have to worry about like physics and all of that. I don't need an extra fear of UFOs just exploding me in midair.
There's a gray on the wing of this plane.
I don't need that shit. Anyways.
Just want a nice flight, have some cocktails.
Yeah.
Don't want to think of being abducted by aliens and taken somewhere.
Right.
Like to the bottom of the ocean.
Like we did out to Vegas. Like I just want a nice flight. I want to get fucking hammered on the way out. Have a good time. The flight attendant brings us a couple more drinks. We land. We get off. Peaceful. Feeling buzzed. Ready to party.
The thing is, in that discussion, people are saying like we're not saying that the plane was just taken into another dimension. It's just gone forever. Like there was wreckage found later on.
Right.
So, people are saying like, well, aliens always bring people back, usually after abductions, but maybe that plane just came out the other side and went right down into the ocean or something. I don't know. No one's been able to debunk it yet, which is, it's really creepy as it just keeps, like the amount of research people are doing into the video. It's really, it's really cool to see like all these like, people in the video effects industry stuff going into it. But every time every time it gets inches a little closer to being real, it's like, man, that's scary. So what the fuck happened to those people?
There's a lot of times on this show when we talk about like cryptids being real or aliens, and we're always like, yeah, I want to live in a world where that's real. I don't want to live in a world where entire flight is going missing and abducted and brought into whatever dimension or realm is going on. I don't want that world. I would like a world where, Bigfoot exists, the Jersey Devil, things like that, like fun things.
Black-eyed kids.
Black-eyed kids, sure. Not that one. No, thank you.
Yeah, I don't necessarily. It's not a good idea. Like looking back on it, if they really do view us as nothing but animals, that's not a great feeling when you really think about it.
No, it's very unsettling.
It's certainly not. What if they start treating us like we do with like deer, like population control?
Like, there's too many people down there on that Earth thing.
Just fucking take a quarter of them. Okay, what the fuck are we gonna do?
Nothing. Just gonna sit here, get vaporized.
Yeah,
you won't know any better.
Nope.
So have fun sleeping tonight, thinking about all that stuff.
It's a lot of existential dread in one conversation, man.
Ian, I'm pretty sure none of the women are going to sleep tonight after your voice throughout this whole episode. It's very throaty and, sexified.
Ma'am, what makes your pussy wetter? A picture of this alien that I have from 1941 or Ian's strep throat voice?
We made the throat before we went on air. The joke before we went on air that like Ian's usually like, what is he called? Like the potato voice or whatever. Yeah. He was the baked potato. Now he's like a gratin potato. Like he's the old fancy potatoes over there. Making everybody wet as they're driving to work on Sunday or Monday morning listening to this episode. Now they would change their pants because of your voice, Ian. Real good. All right, Dave, what do we got?
Thank you to new patrons, Lenny, Zach Hodges, Shay S, excuse me, Samantha Olson, Ashlyn Richardson, Billy Myers. Think it's that Billy Myers? No, it's different. With the Wayback Machine to go watch Jesus get crucified. That guy was cool. Andrea Bearden, Gabe Weedle, Emily Kahn, Jocelyn DeSellums, Caleb Soot, Sage, Caitlin Kelly, Ben Zahorik, Todd, Angel Hernandez, Jacob Bobacob,
Banana Nana Fofacob, Fee-Fi Fofacob,
Jacob, Casey Waldrop, Justin Spahn.
That's the dorkiest thing we've ever done on this show. Fuck you, Jacob. I hate you.
Cassie S., Matt Rich, Riley Delgado, Matt Rich again. I think you might have joined twice, pal. Go check your account.
Matt Rich, thank you for joining again.
Jessica, Sean, Stink Dick.
They used to call me that in college.
Is that right?
That was only because I went pussy to pussy, so. Time to wash.
You got a raw dog, you got a raw dog.
Is what it is. Sometimes those Magnum condoms were just small.
Shelby Phillips, Penny Jane, Kitten, Kirsten Simons, Haley Vogel, Quentin Turk, Essence, Cam, Trenton Ditmar, Dawn Barnes, Lazy SR, Hell Girl, Sad Mississippian, like because they live in Mississippi.
I would be.
We live in Ohio, though. We don't really have much room to talk.
Yeah, but we're better than Mississippi. There's like 4 states we're better than. Mississippi, one of them. My opinion.
Matthew Firaved, Sherry Hughes, Big Old Titties.
Are those different than titties? Like, what is that? What does that mean?
Titties. Okay. Sarah Crow, David Everson, Molly Meyer, Nadia, Richard Cooper, Benaya Esbenshade, Megan Bethel, James, Jennifer Marie, Mike Young, Brad Paulo, Not Short Jess, Mark, Daniel Larimore, Maya, Bob Nelson, Mackenzie Behrens, Karina, Terza, Peggy Grinaby. My couch pulls out, but I don't.
That's gimmick infringement, pal. I've used that term a time too.
Aaron, Amanda Crawford, Jen 1010, Serial Cutie, Kemper, I barely know her, Alexis Ellis, Sarah Carter, Fabian Ruiz, Jacob Schukart, Braden Medeiros, Tara Hanning, Greg, Jolie, Alex Clark, Hayden Six, Jeffrey Hayworth, Brittany Thompson, and Scuba Squid 1886. Thank you, all new patrons.
It's a good amount.
Yeah.
Not bad for us being on vacation.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Ian, what do you got?
For iTunes, I have one for Elite Dog, Sadie's Nuts, Mina Hyena, VCJW, Jana Wag, Jinjo Jim, E-Unit 773, Bone Me on Beaver Street, T-Sizzle 83, TJ Wankanobi, Carrie
Juan Kenobi?
I don't know.
Fuck them anyways.
Carrie Mix.
Thank you for the review.
Carrie Mix 4, Hair Girl 1986, Thomas TJ, and Sarah Farmer. Thank you guys for the awesome reviews.
Dave, you got anything else?
Yeah, I do have some international
Oh, here we go.
reviews. Yeah. Tryword from Canada, Brow 8, Australia, Simon Treby from Norway. We got people all over the planet
Look
tonight.
at this.
Sethery Jones from Australia, Slimy Millar from Great Britain, and Anna B 85 also from Great Britain. Thank you for the kind reviews.
Look at that.
Appreciate that.
We are on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok at Necronomipod, Patreon.com/Necronomipod, Amazon.com, search Necronomipod for all of our merch, and Necronomipod.com for stickers. Do we ever update that price, Dave?
No, I'm on vacation. Of course not.
Since July.
I told Declan to do it while I was gone.
He didn't do shit. He doesn't even know how to log on to a computer. Still got a sale going on stickers, 3-pack on Necronomipod.com. Take advantage of that. At some point, we will remember to change that price.
Sometime.
And it will go back to full price, which I think is $10.
Yeah.
You're saving $3. $3. Roughly. Check it out. Thanks.
All right, you guys ready for a cool down beer?
Cheers.